Garage is an absolute freaking mess. So those of you that have been following along know that I had a little project going on. Finished that Tuesday. It's now Saturday. I've done a lot of miles on the chopper to prove it's ready for Daytona, and other than a massive oil leak somewhere in the front, buried up by the oil pump, it's a line, it's a seal, it's a gasket, I don't know, but it's still going to Daytona. It's just basically gently lubricating the entire planet as I ride it, but it's fine. This is fine. It's totally fine. Just keep it full of oil, right? I mean, it's a perpetual oil change. Anyway, that's ready. We've got a load today. So this is a couple things we're doing in this video because it's sort of a mad dash for Daytona. We got a load today, my Road Glide and the chopper in my RV, because that's when I go on Tuesday in the RV and we stay at Cacklebery and all that goodness. But last thing is one of my absolute favorite products on earth that I bought a billion of. It showed up this week in a package of goodness, and we got to get that done, and da-da-da-da. So come on along for both a quick 3-second install of one of my very favorite things, and then we'll also load the trailer for Daytona. So there are a couple things products I freaking love, and y'all know this. Like I'm all in on the freaking Advan color match parts. I love that stuff, the stretch rear ends and all that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do to a bike. And if you watch this channel, you'll see me take my black Road Glide and change it to radioactive green with a crazy airbrush over the top of it here in just probably shortly after Daytona. We'll tear into that. And then I run Tab Performance pipes. I love S&S air cleaners. You know, there's certain things you absolutely love. And there's one thing I normally buy first. Waited a little bit on this one, but I normally buy this sucker like right away, and that is a Clockworks windshield. Namely because they're really good at capturing whatever that is. Florida, right? Anyway, so this needs to be cleaned. Anyway, so just a prime example. There's a Clockworks windshield I put on this CVO forever ago. I have had probably 20 of these over the years because I had one on my 18 Road Glide, the CVO. I had one on the 131 bike. I have one on the Cholo on a quick release frame right over there. So they have a really cool hip windshield you can put in a Softail windshield frame that uses the stock one. You just change the Lexan out. Got one there. I'm a huge fan of their cleaning juice, Shineworks. It's one of my favorite cleaners. I got some of that over there. And the other day, a box came, a goodie package from Clockworks, and it had my new windshield for my new Road Glide. So we're going to pop that on real quick. Oh, another thing that I had that I got to share. I have the camera set up right. I can do that too. So they have this new IO mount case, IO mount for your phone. So it just comes with the metal disc. Yeah, it's crooked. I know. The metal disc just sticks on your phone case, right? They said it can't be silicone. This is like a plastic. But it sticks on there, and this is like a rare earth magnet or something like that. And they have this really cool quick clip mount job E9er that just flips on and off, right? And this is what I'm running on the chopper. So the chopper does not have a speedometer or an odometer or a gas gauge or any of that sort of stuff that mesmerizes people in 2023. So I use my phone to know how fast I'm going. I found an app. And also, I'm always lost. I don't know where the hell I'm going ever. Isn't that cool looking? So I use my phone for navigation. So I know we're so dependent on these damn things, right? It is a tragedy, I admit it. But when I'm on the chopper, that magnet is so strong. I did a 90-mile loop on the chopper yesterday to prove that she was good, and basically oiled the entire highway between here and Treasure Coast Harley and back. But anyway, so that thing held the phone the whole time. It was not, I mean, it's on there really good. So if you're looking for a phone mount, that's a 1-inch clamp. They've got a bunch of different kinds of it. Like the IO mount from Clockworks, they've got a bunch. They've got some that screw on, I think, onto your clutch side. They've got them, you know what I mean? They got a bunch of them things. So I like that one a lot. Perfect for the chopper. They also sent me the one that goes on, I think they sent me the clutch side. I just haven't had time to get into that, but we'll do that later and check that out because that looks really cool. But what I need to do right now is get the damn e-bike out of the way, get the black Road Glide out, put on the Clockworks windshield, and then Probably throw the Shineworks in the saddlebag, so we cleaning these up there. Really like that stuff. It's really good. And then we're going to take the black Road Glide and the chopper to the storage lot that my RV lives in. The old man's going to follow us in a truck, pull the rig out of the space, load the bikes, put the rig back in the space, and then this is what it's like, man. RV life ain't easy, actually. So I love it. It's fantastic. It makes rallies better. But this whole having a toy hauler RV thing, again, I love it. It's a lot of work. My poor Road Glide. I bought that thing in like 2 weeks, did a whole bunch of work to it, wheels and lighting and all this other stuff, and then just parked it to finish the chopper, and it's been sitting. Like, she's so pretty, but she has not been ridden, just sitting there. Look how dirty it is. Ridiculous. But anyway, so this is the Clockworks I run on the wife's CVO. She loves it. It's a little bit taller. We used to do a lot of long distance rides, a lot of 500-mile days, and it's fantastic, that height. I'm not sure, can't remember what size that is. But the new one I got, a little shorter. So I'll compare right now to there. So as you can see, this one's quite a bit sportier and shorter than the one that we've always run on the CVO. But this is similar in height to this little stalker that comes on the Special. All right, but I'm going to show you real quick. The shape difference is significant, right? So you got little, peaks in there or whatever you want to call it, little dimples, for lack of a better word. But the Clockworks, I feel like it's a thicker material, but you set her on there and you can see the shape is significantly different. They've spent a ridiculous amount of like wind tunnel testing and stuff to make sure that hip up top, makes sort of a bubble where you sit so the air goes up and over your head. These are a freaking fantastic product. I mean, like, only Windshield alone. They're really, really good. And no, I'm not a paid person. I'm not a spokes paying me to say that, whatever. Just like certain companies I absolutely love, this is one of them. Like, Clockworks is by far the best. So, it's just 4 Allen screws on mine. Your stalker might be Phillips. Yeah, I think I remember correctly. This guy came brand new. It has Phillips screws, but when I changed added these fang lights from Custom Dynamics, they changed it to nice Allen hardware. So I'm going to take those screws out, pop this on, then I'll show you, but you need one of these. And voila. It's such a badass looking part for not a lot of money. They give the bike a little more of a sinister look. I love their logo. I know some people don't like logos and they pop that off. I always leave it. You can see it's still on the wife's, and that's a 4-year-old windshield. So I think it looks cool. I'm a huge fan of that. So one of my favorite upgrades. 2 side notes. This is just my own editorial commentary here. If you're not running a Clockworks, it's a knockoff. That's just the way it works. Brian Clock and his team designed that windshield years ago. Wind tunnel tested it, all that stuff, got amazing results. They designed and created the hip windshield. Everything else is a knockoff. Some OEM manufacturers of motorcycles have even come out with their own kind of like version. It's a knockoff. Buy the original, buy the Clockworks, it's the real deal. Another note, Brian Clock's a legit dude. He's a bike builder. So if you go back in his history, there's a lot of pictures of him with custom FXRs he was making back in the day. So Clockworks was sort of born out of him being a custom builder. They're based in Mitchell, South Dakota. Hour and a half maybe from Sturgis? That might be wrong. But I mean, it's not far from Sturgis. They're from that area. Great company, great people. So anyway, get the Clockworks. Don't buy some frickin' cheap Amazon knockoff. Anyway, now waiting for Old Man Monkey to show up. He's going to jump in the truck. The wife's going to jump on my Road Glide. I'm going to jump on the chopper. We're going to go up the storage lot and hope this goes well. Because I already know the chopper ain't going to clear that beaver tail in the back of the rig. So we're going to have to manually push her in. So in a minute, we'll be at the storage lot, I'd imagine. Here we be at the storage lot. We have made 2 runs. My black Road Glide and the chopper are now here. And the wife went inside to see if there are 2 chalks or 1 chalk in there, because we need 2 for 2 bikes, and I own 3, and I'm not sure. Trying to account for everything. Had to go get a new battery for the rig. There's 2 in there? Figure as much. So, had to get a new battery because the old one, they don't last very long in these RVs when they sit in storage lots. So, It's $110 I don't want to spend, but well, it is what it is, right? So now I'm going to put the new battery in, fire up the generator because, you know, gotta let them run every once in a while. Hitch on, pull my rig out, drop the ramp, load the bikes, do what we gotta do, and then put the rig back. And then it's gonna sit here until Tuesday morning when I leave for Daytona at like 3, something like that in the morning, something like that. So, all right, more work. You know, I just realized I missed a golden opportunity as I'm standing here putting the new battery in. How many like snarky comments do I expect there that we've got? You just want to be Vice Grip Garage. You're the. Yeah. I mean, shouldn't you? Anyway, so I missed the golden opportunity to make a Vice Grip joke. Pick that battery out, you know, because of the go handle. So we're loaded. Went way better than I thought. So I had some concerns about the clearance of the chopper because it sits so low to the ground. I thought it might catch the beaver tail as it's coming into the rig. It actually didn't. So what we did, I normally ride them up in here, and this time we just pushed it out of fear that it was going to hit the frame and we're going to have to, you know. But I should have just ridden it. It would have been easier. Because the bike's only, I don't know, 500 pounds or whatever, but felt heavy, didn't it? So I was on the bars and she was on the sissy bar, and I could have just ridden her in, but whatever. But I'll show you how we got it. The Road Glide's mindless. I've loaded, you know, modern dressers a billion times in this rig. It's real easy. But I'll show you how we got it. We did put down some oil absorbent pads and tape them to the floor because, as I've mentioned before, my chopper likes to lubricate the entire planet as it goes around sharing its oil with, sounds dirty. Anyway, I'll show you what we got. So there's the Road Glide. I use Condor chocks. Those are the pit stop trailer stop. They're meant for garage floors or whatever. Like I use them in the garage. You just ride the bike into it and just leave the bike standing up like that. They also do have the ability to be mounted to a trailer floor. It's just a small bracket with a single pin that goes into it and a thumb screw, you know, screws down in there. It's not a big deal. And even according to Condor, you don't need it. It's just sort of like if you want that peace of mind, you can do it in a cargo trailer or something. But directly underneath this region is part of the axles, the fuel tank is in that area. There's all kinds of stuff in my rig, and it's a heated and enclosed underbelly. So, you know, I'd have to drop the bottom pan and all this, and you know what? And even according to Condor, it's not necessary. So what I do is my chocks, you see how big they are, they sit on the floor. I ride the bike into the chock, and then I strap it down over the lower fork legs and then over the rear pegs. And, you know, this is obligatory. You have to say this every time you load a motorcycle. That ain't going anywhere. So she is in trailer mode. Someone's going to say that. On a new bike, you just ride it in, shut it off, and then hit the left and right turn signals at the same time. And on the little odometer screen, you'll see it say T-Sport mode active, transport mode active. So she's strapped in front and rear. That's all good to go. The chopper, we pushed her up into the chalk. Had to push the chalk a little bit further forward because it's long, you know. And then the same story around the lower fork legs. And then that one I ran through the back tire. And then there is no suspension, so there's no movement back there. And then when I, you know, hooked her on, I cranked her down good and squashed the tire. So she ain't gonna hop. You know what I mean? That and the fact that we only have I only have like a 3-hour and 15-minute drive. So if this were Sturgis, I would have more straps. Yeah, I mean, I would. I'd have straps from the frame down to the D-rings, and I'd probably do a little more just out of paranoia, but in all honesty, this is fine. This is fine for around the world. I've done it a bunch of times, no issues. So pray for me. The only problem I've ever had, I've had 2 problems in a trailer. Once, I had the tank too full on my Cholo bike, and the paint was very, very fresh, and when the heat expanded the fuel, it blew a seal and ate the paint off the tank. That was terrible. The tank is mostly empty. In that guy, there's enough to get her up to the gas station from Cacklebery, but it's not coming out of the cap because it's all the way down there. Fuel is off, all that stuff. And then the other problem I had in a trailer was her springer. She's hiding back there because she doesn't be on camera. I screwed up. You know, I've done this a billion times, and still, I wrapped the strap around the rockers on the springer and did something wrong, and then at some point, I think a strap like slipped, and she came out of there and hit up. You know, it was a tragedy and damaged the Cholo bike and all that. But so the Cholo's been damaged twice. I'm praying the chopper behaves itself in the trailer. But I do know, this is great, I do know when I get to Daytona, I might ask for someone to spot me, but other than that, she'll roll down the ramp. It's not I have a good front brake. So those of you dudes who A, never have choppers, it's just normally mouthy guys. Oh, it's not a real chopper, it's got a front brake. Try unloading this thing down that ramp with no brake to grab in the front, and you trying to jockey the rear brake. Well, you know, like, come on, like a front brake's pretty useful when you're loading and unloading, so that'll be good. But there you have it. We are ready for Daytona. If you want a quick tour of my rig, those who haven't seen it before, of course, that's the back ramp door. That is a bed that lowers down and then tumbles and rolls and makes couches. And then that up there is a bed also, and there's pins, and those lights are that's my daughter's bed. That never comes down at a rally. That is only Baby Monkey sleeps up there. So those both come down though and basically make queen size bunk beds if you want. And then the lower ones make couches, and I have a table that goes in the middle, but we never use it. And then this is the slide all the way up to the pantry in front of the microwave. That whole thing's a slide, and that pushes out that far, so about 2 feet-ish. And it's great. One of the reasons we love this rig is it's got so much friggin' storage. It's got this neat little couch and a table that goes there, so that's like my workplace when I have to work. I always have to work at some point, and so I can do my real job there a little bit. Ridiculous amounts of storage, which is something you don't find in a toy hauler as often. AM, FM, CD, Bluetooth, DVD, blah, blah, blah. It has outdoor speakers also. That TV is on a swivel. Your typical RV fridge right here. Little microwave. 3-burner cooktop. I'm just going to stand here and talk to you for a while because that air conditioning is blowing on me and it's glorious. It's a single 15,000. I want more, but it's what we got. Radius shower, which some people hate. I changed the toilet for porcelain. More storage. Medicine cabinet. As you get old, you need your medicines. King size, RV king, but a king size bed. Another little TV and DVD player. This is a 36-footer. So it's something like 320 square feet, which is actually the size of the average American hotel room. So, fun fact. And it came with these 2 recliners you can't see here, but these 2, they call them Euro-style recliners that normally we leave the beds all the way up in the back when it's just me and the missus, and the recliners sit in the back, and we watch TV from back here. It's really, I mean, they make bigger, of course, they make nicer, but it's kind of perfect for us. You know, and since the pandemic, oh, the ceiling fan also. Since the pandemic, I watch RV stuff all the time. And to upgrade at all, to maybe go 2 foot longer and a fifth wheel, which would pull better, yeah, and maybe have a half bath in the back. But everything else pretty similar. What did we say, babe? Like $50,000 or $60,000 more because the pandemic pricing thing.
Yeah.
So what I paid for this, for me to upgrade, if they gave me every penny I paid for it in trade, which they wouldn't, it'd be like another 50 or 60 grand to get 2 foot longer and a half bath in the back. It ain't worth it. You know, like, this does the job. We might upgrade eventually, but not anytime soon. So this is a Heartland Fuel 305, if you want to look it up and you're interested in toy haulers. You do need a 1-ton. I learned. I had a 3/4 ton, and she swam a little bit in heavy weather, so you do need a 1-ton. I would recommend a diesel because you'll be pulling all the RPMs, you know, the whole way otherwise, because this weighs about 10,000 pounds dry, 9,000. She's heavy. And then I load it with 2 900-pound motorcycles. Actually, this year it's going to be 2 900-pound motorcycles and a 500-pound chopper, plus probably 50-ish gallons of water, plus all of our clothes, plus she's going to be almost 14,000 pounds by the time I head out for Sturgis. So there you go. Oh, got a built-in generator too, 4,000 watt generator. So that's all I got for now. I'll finish this out when I get home, but we got to put this sucker away and get back home so the old man monkey can be relieved of duty. He is dog sitting and babysitting, and he likes doing neither. Well, I've back at home. It's the next day. Can't tell. And the house it's a wreck. It's There are oil-soaked pads on the floor and tools and the old takeoff, covers from the engine on the chopper, like just shit everywhere. Anyway, so I guess today's going to be a cleaning day. So today's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday, if you didn't know. And I have to go to Miami in the morning for work, real job work, and be there until late at night because there's dinners to be had and stuff. But I've had a lot of questions about, like, where you're going to, literally Instagram messages and Facebook messages and emails and stuff like, where are you going to be? And I've said it here and there, but I figure, here we go. This is the 2023 Daytona schedule where you will meet me and Mrs. Monkey. Mrs. Monkey gets her Friday, so I'll be alone and left to my own devices for a couple days. It'll be fine. So Tuesday, the Cycle Source show, in theory. So I have some challenges, right? I'm going to roll out of the house, pulling the rig with the bikes loaded, as you saw, at like 3 a.m., putting me in the Daytona area with gas stops, probably 8-ish, whatever. Then I have to get, parked in my space. Actually, I have to unload the bikes, then get parked in the space because it's wishy-washy. When you get in your space, you normally don't have a place to unload. So I'm going to be, that's a challenge. But my goal is to make the Cycle Source show by 11 a.m. at the Broken Spoke. Cycle Source show by 11 a.m. at the Broken Spoke. And then be there, throughout the entire show, which I think that ends at like 4 or 5. And then I'm not sure what I'll do after that, but so Tuesday night is open. Probably hang out with Dr. Harley at the campground back at Cacklebery and make terrible choices. Wednesday, I will be at Destination Daytona at the Fairing Exchange tent, which I'm not sure exactly where on the lot it is, but, they're not hard to find. It's big installation, multiple bays and all that stuff. Probably be there, hopefully somewhere around 10 a.m.-ish, because Paul from the Fairing Exchange is going to do a lot of stuff to the old man's trike. And then he's going to put bars on my Black Road Glide. Really excited about that. And then we'll probably, when that's done, which maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon, I really want to go see Amsoil Adam. Really, really nice guy. I like his channel. We watch every one of his videos. He's a great dude. You should check him out if you don't. So Amsoil Adam, A-M-S-O-I-L Adam. He's a really, really good dude. And after that stuff at Destination Daytona, I really want to go to his place, maybe even get Dad's oil changed on his trike, because it's due, I'm pretty sure. The old man rides. But he's set up at the Daytona Speedway by the Advent Health entrance. So if you're going to Daytona Speedway, go visit Adam. He's a great guy, and needs your oil changed. He does love jug installs. He does, he's a good dude. So hopefully see him that afternoon sometime. That's the plan. And then Wednesday night, I don't think we have plans. I got invited to a thing on Main Street, but I don't know. I don't know how that'll work out. Thursday is a big day. Thursday is chopper time at Willie's Tropical Tattoo. If you don't know, they actually go to Instagram. They have their own feed, so chopper time. But a lot of friends are going to be there. So Chris and Heather from Cycle Source Magazine will be at chopper time. Willie's a great guy. I've only met him once, and I can't call him a friend because I don't know him that well, but he's a really, really cool dude. Roadside Marty, who is a pal that I've hung out with at the Smokeout, and then again at CSSTL, he'll be there. Anybody will be at chopper time. So that is Thursday, starting at, I think, 11, but I'll probably try and roll in right around 10, just so that the crowd's not as big and I can get my chopper in there and set up and all that stuff, parked wherever the hell. Maybe put it out back. There's bikes way nicer than mine there, so but we'll be at chopper time all day on Thursday, and then don't have any formal plans Thursday night. So whatever happens, have formal plans. Do we ever have formal plans? I'm going to put on a frickin' tuxedo. Friday, Mrs. Monkey arrives, but early. Like, she'll probably leave the house at 3, 4 in the morning, and on her bike. She's riding up. Go ahead. Yeah, get it out of your system. Yes, the old lady's riding up. The old man has to pull the RV. That's how that works. So she'll arrive in the morning, and then we're going straight to the Broken Spoke Chopper show by Dennis Kirk. So the Garage Build show. That's that in the morning, which I think, I'd probably get there fairly early, 10, 11, 12, I don't know, and then be there until probably 3 or something like that, because then we're going straight from the Dennis Kirk Garage Build show at the Broken Spoke to the Custom Dynamics tent back at Destination Daytona, where we will be set up in their they have like a little place for meet and greet stuff. It's normally right outside the doors of J&P Cycles. It's like right there. at Destination Daytona. We'll be there from 4 to 6, hanging out, bringing a stack of stickers. Hopefully have some left, and we'll just, you know, meet everybody who wants to come say hi. So the best chance to, like, I will be sitting in this little 10 by 10 area is Friday from 4 to 6 at the Custom Dynamics tent. We'll be sitting there. Every other day, we'll be around. We love to talk to everybody, but we'll be floating around, bopping around everywhere. But Friday, 4 to 6 at Destination Daytona. Friday night, I'm sure we'll go down to Main Street. We'll have to work that out because Mrs. Monkey's sister comes in Friday evening, so we may have to bop back by the campground and grab the Road Glide because she's my backseat. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But Friday night, we'll probably go to see Jasmine Kane on Main Street at Dirty Harry's. And then Saturday, we don't have any plans. So Saturday, we'll probably run the loop a couple times. Again, the Mrs. Monkey's sister will be there. She's my backseat on my Road Glide, so we'll be bopping around, you know, on Saturday. Saturday's just a ride around, screw around day and go back to whatever we want to do more of. Maybe the Iron Horse, because I don't think there's nothing on the schedule for the Iron Horse. I really like the Iron Horse, so I'm going to check that out. So that's it. So now the Daytona Clockworks, what is our schedule, load the bikes, video is complete, which is stupid that I put all these things together. But I'm running out of time, boys and girls. So anyway, comment down below. I read all the comments. I do my best to reply when there's like a question, but it's a lot. So I do my very best. So, you know, forgive me if I don't. Love you all to death. I hope to see you in Daytona. If I don't see you this year, then maybe you can make it next year. After that, we'll be in Leesburg in April, and then probably nothing until Sturgis. So it's going to be a big one, boys and girls. Love you all to death. Take care of each other. We'll talk real soon. Bye.